Hello everyone, this is Nova, and today I'm going to show you what I believe is the best solo way to get Affinity in Warframe. Obviously you could jump in a survival or a defense with a squad full of members and just grind it out 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, just get as much XP as you can that way. But if you don't have any friends, if you don't like relying on others, this is probably the best way. So for this method, you're going to need a limbo. He's required. You might be able to use some of the others. No, you can't actually. I remember I tried to use Avara, and even if you're invisible, the lasers still catch you. So what you're going to need is the limbo, and you're going to need access to his shift, which is where he goes in the rift by himself, just like that. Obviously the animation would change, and you also need to be finished with at least the War Within on your quests. Disclaimer, and this is going to be a spoiler if you haven't gone this far, I would recommend going through and busting it out. Honestly, the Second Dream and the War Within are some damn great quests, and then what you get from it is pretty crazy in my opinion. I wasn't expecting it, but you will need access to your operator. Now, the mission that we're going to be doing this with, you could probably use any higher level spy mission, but in my opinion, Oceanum has the best tile set. I can bust this out in about 4 minutes and a little bit of change. Then again, I don't use any ciphers, so if you do use ciphers, if you're a little bit quicker in the air than me, you could probably bust this out in 3 minutes and something. Now this first run is most likely going to be like a speedier version. I'm just going to try to get in and get out, show you how long it takes, what you get from it. But the run after, I'll probably be a little bit more in depth and talk about what's going on, just in case you didn't pick up on it on the first run. Now obviously if you're like ranking up Affinity and all that, you know that no matter how much Affinity you get, once you get higher level it takes even longer to progress. And so the first time you run through this, you get to about level 11, and then the second time it gets to about 15, and then it kind of just drops lower and lower. But yeah, so if you run it the second time and you notice that you didn't get 11 levels right off the bat, it's not because you did it wrong, it's not because this method's terrible, it's just that literally it's just how Affinity works. It's how leveling works in every game. Now normally I wouldn't use a cipher, but if you do get killed while you're in the middle of cracking that encryption, then it will trigger the alarm, and then you will only get 4,000 XP instead of the full 12 amount. Oh goodness, that's terrible. Like I said, if you're a little bit faster, a little bit more agile and accurate in the air, you probably get this through this a lot faster than I do. But yeah, this method has worked out for me. I mean, tremendously, I'd say. I don't have the patience to sit there and bust out survival after survival. That's what I was doing before this. Actually, I was busting out survival. I was on Annie in the Void, just sitting there 30 minutes at a time with a frame like Rhino or Nyx, and or even Titania. She's decent for her weapons. I was just sitting there for 30 minutes at a time or whatever, getting barely any levels. Honestly, it wasn't worth that grind. I know. I'm not the best in the air. But I have only been playing this game about 2 months. 2 months maybe? No, about a month and some change, I believe. Already at Master Rank 11 and such. So, I mean, a lot of y'all might already know about this or know about better ways. If you do, please leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to check it out. But this is just a method that I came across and thought was pretty good. A lot of my friends and clan members were wondering how I was ranking up so high, and so I figured I'd just make a video on it real quick. So yeah, that's one run. 3 minutes and 54 seconds. I believe that's going to be my fastest time. No joke. Wow. And look at that. 27,000 XP plus a 33,750 bonus. You get that every time in literally about 4 minutes. I know I used the Cypher on one, but that's just because I had a bad roll on the tile set. Using this method, I've literally gotten weapons like these because I was using it mainly for MR. This 1 kill, max rank. What else? 20 kills, max rank. Just because I was using them for fun or something. 1 kill, max rank. So I mean, it might take me about 30 minutes, maybe less. Depends on like how much I'm paying attention, or if I'm like, you know, kind of just slacking around, not taking it seriously. And that'll get me through about a weapon. On your limo build, I probably should have mentioned this at first, but you want nothing equipped on any of the other slots. You don't want a companion because they get XP. You don't want any other weapons because they'll share XP. Since you're just going to be doing this with your limbo, so all the XP is just going to go straight to your weapon. You can also do this with your operator. I actually use this weapon to max out my amp super quick. It took a little bit longer than regular weapon. I think the Affinity might scale up different. But yeah, let me just go ahead and kind of show y'all, kind of walk through one of these real fast. Explain my process in case you didn't pick it up from the beginning. If you don't mess around with your operator as much like I didn't before I found this method. So what you're going to want to do is with Limbo, obviously I'm not going to use any of his abilities. I'm just going to hit shift, and that makes him enter the rift by himself. And so while he's in this mode, nothing can hit him. Alright, okay. When I want someone to shoot at me, they actually don't. So you can't take damage, you can't deal any damage, but you can run through lasers without being affected. Now you want to watch out for that guy. If you go through his bubble, he will knock you out of the rift because obviously his ability is a nullifier. Oh yeah, I probably should have explained what happened there, but this would have been a fast one. See, with Limbo you can literally run through those. They won't even trigger on you. So here you're going to want to wait for those lasers to pass. Obviously it's just how you do a normal spy mission. But when you're with Limbo, you're going to want to get out of your rift. This way you can actually interact with the thing that you need to hack. Because if you're in your rift, your Limbo form in the rift, you're not going to be able to to mess with anything. Like, I believe, yeah, you can't even open anything. You can't access it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit 5. I have it bound to a different key to enter your operator. And then no matter what, I always go invisible. And that way they can't hit me, they can't see me, they can't do any damage with me. And this way you can still interact with objects. And so whenever you're done, go back in your Warframe by hitting 5 or whatever you have it bound to for easy access. I moved it because it's a lot easier to toggle it on and off whenever you're speedrunning. See, if you go through that bubble, it'll rip you out of your ability and you can take damage. So if you have to go through it, just jump through real fast. As soon as you come out the other side, hit your ability again so you won't have to take any damage. Obviously, I'm not the fastest player or the most agile. So with my 3 minutes and 50 seconds, you could be probably top that by a lot if you're a lot more coordinated in the air. So right here, can't access it. Go through operator, can access it, but although the coast was clear right there, you never know if they'll sneak up on you. So with this guy, you want to toggle that, go through your operator, shoot the laser, go through your operator. You probably don't have to go through your operator this many times, but I'm trying to save some energy down there for when I have to go invisible and all that like that. This is just how I do it. There's probably a better way. So one last time, you wanted to hit that that control panel at the very beginning. That way there won't be any lasers on the floor here. But you always want to watch out, because if you're too far to the side, that top laser can see you. So you want to shoot him, go back to your operator, see your operator. If you, or your limbo, if you don't go back to your Warframe and you just stay in your operator, that's how you level up your amp and stuff. That's the way. But since you go back to your frame, no XP goes to your operator. All of it goes straight to whatever your weapon you're trying to level. This is a good run. I had a good tile set. Sometimes you want to watch out. Sometimes the nullifier guy walks that corner right there. And then he can rip you out of your ability. And then you'll accidentally go through one of those lasers. And the countdown will begin. And if you do ever trip it, and it starts to count down, you can go ahead and finish the finish retrieving the data, but you'll only get 4,000 XP since it claims that you were whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? No matter what, you just don't want them to trip it. You don't want the countdown to start happening. Even if they see you, if they don't trip the alarm, you get 12,000 XP every time from each terminal, plus the bonus. So boom. Obviously I was talking, kind of going a little slow, so 5 minutes 20 seconds, but yeah, every time 27,000 XP and the 33,750 bonus. So yeah, anyways guys, that is how I solo farm my Affinity. Let me know if y'all enjoyed this video. Critique me if y'all have any critiques. And if y'all know of any better ways, any better solo methods to get Affinity, just let me know. I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks guys. Peace.